the bones meet. Would you risk it all for freedom? To pay $22 per drink. Film studios and the band no one knows make new silhouettes in the street. Outside, where I can be somebody else sometimes. What's in the water? What's in the water? What's in the water?
Los Angeles is one of the most widespread populace of any major city. When young men and women first went west, the east side of the city wasn't much to talk about. That is, until a politician named Herman Silver thought all that land was a great place to put a source of water, a reservoir or a silver lake, so to speak. Where there's water, there's a thirst to be quenched. And thirsty people are always hungry for new scene. That scene became Silver Lake, a melting pot with an entirely new recipe that attracted hipsters from all over the country and the world.
A scene is a collection of like-minded individuals in pursuit of a shared goal.
A scene starts from a hub, from there being a gathering place.
To really create a scene, there has to be kind of a need for it and a group of people that are seeking each other out.
People talk, ideas are exchanged. Let's start a band.
Well, you've got to have bands. You've got to have people that are fans of the bands.
A bunch of my friends and I would get together and we would watch each other perform and we would take ideas from each other and we would contribute ideas.
Yeah, I mean, the scene is basically like that. I said a handful of friends who either play in a band together or they each start their own band and they play shows together.
I think what makes a scene is the people and the fans of that type of music.
It was really important for me personally to have other artists in the audience at my shows. That's who I really cared about.
It's the people, it's the idea, it's the energy.
You've got to have at least a handful of venues in a certain vicinity of each other.
And that collective energy is what snowballs.
It's all those things, and you know, obviously when those kind of congeal, you have a hit. Silver Lake was a hit, of course.
That was what was cool about the Silver Lake scene. I didn't really see a lot of competition amongst the bands. It was like everybody was happy to play. That would be the scenario when you would go into Spaceland. You know, all of the people in all of the bands.
Being the first to book Billie Eilish happens because someone like me is being very good friends with Kevin Bronson and us always sharing music tips with each other. And that was just one of the tips where he said, I found this person, I think you're gonna love her. And love, I think, was an understatement.
People made a bigger deal out of me than I made of myself. You know, I wanted to be the fly on the wall. I wanted to be a witness, and no more than a witness, really. I didn't want to be a participant. I didn't want to manage bands. I didn't necessarily want to write their autobiographies. I just wanted to witness what was going on and then tell the readers about it. That was my thing. When I walked into this club, it felt like I was walking into the center of the universe. It was sad. A lot of obituaries were written, but its influence carries on. It looks like there's been a death in the family if you look at the front of the building. It's kind of sad.
It's so sad that it feels like it's gone. It felt pretty great to never feel like you were alone.
One thing that's really important for the people of Silver Lake in 2024 to understand is that the Silver Lake of 1950s with the Mattachine Society, the late 60s with the Black Cat, is that pioneers came before us to be out and be proud and be unafraid. And we all stand on their shoulders. I mean, I want everyone watching this to just think, as an adult, you're in a public space in a bar or a restaurant and you're with your significant other and you go to give them a kiss and that means you get arrested.
In this room in the 80s was a sea of men. A sea of men on a regular basis. Every Friday night, a group of 6 will be here, a group of 6 over here. It was so regular that we started painting the names on the back of the chairs.
Wow.
Of the customers.
And see, at that time, right, for gay people, especially gay men, all we had to be able to connect with each other was bars, nightclubs, and a place like Casita del Campo.
This area up in here is kind of where all the debauchery, as you say, went down. All of these houses in the hills. You know, Los Angeles has a very a reputation for not being the friendliest city, but the reality is that it's all about getting into house parties is where everybody kind of welcomes you. You know, on the street, people might be slightly standoffish, but once you're in somebody's house, it's like, all right.